All right then, guys. So like I said at the end of last session, you're all level 7 now. Let's start with the HP increases.
Alrighty. So that's an 11 total for me, which brings me to 90 health.
Oofed. That's nice.
That's a 5 for me, taking me to 45.
Oh, sweet. That's a 9 for me. So that brings me to 56.
7 over here, bringing my max HP to 55.
Whoa, that's an 8 for me, taking me to 48.
Oh, excellent. So now I'm officially the guy with the least health.
That should have been the case from the get-go, my man.
Whether it should have been the case or not, I'm not best pleased about it.
So has anyone got any cool shit this level? Because I ain't got anything apart from 4th level spells.
What do you mean I haven't got anything apart from 4th level spells? 4th level spells are the bomb, dude. I've been waiting for these since Raarh butchered that poor old bastard in the tavern.
I didn't mean it as a bad thing. I'm just saying that I haven't got anything else. What 4th levels have you chosen anyway then, Tronald?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Well, I'm not telling. But let's put it this way. I've had a few talks with Joe, and apparently every animal I saw from my previous life as Lord Tanavir crosses over to this one. Pretty cool, right?
What does visiting zoos have to do with 4th level spells, Boss Tronald?
Everything.
You don't have to call him Boss Tronald, you know.
I know, but I like to.
Anyway, I know what he's taken. Nice.
Oh, well, in that case, this is going to get really interesting really quick.
Don't tell me you've taken it too?
Of course I have. How could I not?
What the hell are you lot talking about?
Oh, nothing. It's going to be a surprise. You like surprises, don't you, Raarh?
Well, I did, but I'm not allowed them anymore, apparently.
Huh? What do you mean you're not allowed them anymore?
It's part of the rules, you see. Look, it says right here, feral instincts. I get advantage on my initiative rolls, and I cannot be surprised.
What? No, dude. It says that you cannot be surprised as long as you rage at the start of your turn. Anyway, they're not remotely the same thing, man. Like, what the hell? How did you even come to that conclusion?
All right, I'm gonna need you to slow the fuck down, Joe. Answer me this, can I or can I not receive Mite and Tronald's surprise?
Yes?
I see.
Anyway, so I get access to...
I'm not finished, Saxy.
Well, hurry the fuck up, dude. You're taking forever.
The bear elk Batman moves at the speed he wishes. Anyway, so I also get instinctive pounce. This lets me move up to half my movement speed when I rage.
You done?
Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right, so I get my flash of genius. This allows me to add my intelligence modifier to any check or saving throw that's done within 30 feet of me. I only get to do it 4 times per long rest currently, though.
You know, I'm struggling to comprehend how we could ever fail an important check anymore. You know, with Tronald's lucky, silvery barbs, and portent. Then we've got Mite's inspiration and whatever else he can do. Then, now we've got your stuff as well, Saxy. Kinda wild.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Well, what have you got this level anyway, Alexandrew?
Oh, right. Yeah, I get access to stillness of mind, which lets me end an effect like charmed or frightened that's been placed on me, as an action. Then I get evasion, which lets me half any area of effect damage I receive. Also, if I succeed the dex saving throw, I take 0 damage.
Is that everyone then?
I believe so, yeah.
All right then. So what would you like to do?
Oh, by the way, Joe, before I went to sleep last night, I imbued my ring of spell storing with 3 shields and 2 silvery barbs.
Okay, noted.
Which raises the question, is it okay for me to cast a 2nd level spell into the ring, only aiming for it to be a 1st level spell, such as shield?
Yeah, dude, I don't see why not. As long as there's no upcast potential in the spell.
Sweet. All right, I'm going to start identifying these 4 items, the 3 scrolls and the statue.
Tronald, as you focus your attention on the scrolls, delving deeper into their arcane signatures, a revelation unfolds before you. Each of these scrolls, meticulously inscribed and preserved, resonates with the potent essence of vitamin C, the ancient art of life magic. As your fingers trace over the sealed edges, 2 of the scrolls emit a pulse so profound, it feels as if divine power itself courses through them, their energy almost overwhelming in its intensity. These 2 scrolls you discern are inscribed with spells of 9th level. The power they contain is near godlike, capable of feats that bend the very fabric of life and death. The 3rd scroll, while not as overwhelmingly potent, still pulses with a formidable force, its script detailing a spell of 6th level. It is less dramatic in comparison, but holds significant power.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, it's no wonder he sold out then. if these scrolls were just the beginning of Lord Gallius's payout.
Holy shit.
I'm lost for words.
What do they do, Tronald?
Joe, what do they do?
Tronald, as you carefully unfurl the first scroll, the parchment crackling slightly under your touch, you are greeted by an intricate array of runes and script detailing a spell known as Chimeric Merge. Chimeric Merge allows you, the caster, to take a single action to dramatically alter the fabric of life itself. By touching two willing creatures, you can fuse them into one singular entity, a chimeric being that combines their physical and mental attributes. The new form that emerges from this fusion will possess a combined health pool and a synthesis of abilities and spells from both original creatures. Imagine the strategic possibilities. A warrior and a mage merging to create a being that can wield both sword and sorcery with equal finesse. However, the transformation is not only about power, but also form. The chimeric entity might sport multiple limbs, perhaps two heads, or even an array of sensory organs, adapting to the strengths of both donors. The duration of this transformation lasts for 1 hour, during which the merged entity can explore the world in a form that is entirely unique, experiencing existence in a way that is impossible for ordinary beings. The implications for exploration, combat, and interaction with the world around you are profound, offering creative and dynamic solutions to challenges that might otherwise seem insurmountable.
Is that a 9th level?
Nope, that was the 6th level.
Holy fuck.
Does it require concentration?
Nope.
Damn. All right, let's dive into the 9th level spells. What do they do?
Tronald, your hands tremble slightly with the weight of anticipation as you unfurl the next two scrolls, each one a repository of immense power and arcane knowledge. The first of these 9th level spells is known as Epic Shift. Epic Shift wields the very essence of time as its domain. With a casting time of 1 minute, this spell requires the caster to use both a fragment of a meteorite and a drop of Time Dragon's blood as material components, both of which are consumed by the spell. This underscores the rarity and the gravity of the magic you are invoking. Upon casting Epic Shift, you can alter the flow of time within a massive 500-foot range. You create a bubble where time can either accelerate to move 100 times faster or slow down to a near standstill, depending on your will. This temporal anomaly lasts for 24 hours, after which the area reverts to the normal flow of time. Creatures caught within the bubble when the spell concludes may suffer from disorientation or temporal shock due to the sudden reversion. The second spell scroll you carefully examine reveals the Life Matrix Synthesis. Life Matrix Synthesis allows you to directly manipulate the very blueprint of life within a 100-foot radius. The casting is swift, requiring only one action, but demands an orb of meteorite worth at least 10,000 gold pieces as a material component, which the spell consumes. With this spell, you tap into the foundational threads of existence to either evolve or devolve the creatures around you. Those evolved may gain new, enhanced abilities, such as increased strength, agility, or even new magical capacities at the DM's discretion. Conversely, those devolved might revert to a more primitive version of themselves, potentially stripping them of intellectual achievements and magical abilities. Both of these spells, Epoch Shift and Life Matrix Synthesis, offer incredible control over fundamental forces of nature, time and life itself.
Wow, well, they're going to be pretty handy.
I doubt that, buddy. Not for a while, at least.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that they're scrolls, so they come with a use quantity of 1 time. I'll most likely just wait until I get strong enough to be able to actually learn them, then I can copy them straight over into my spell book. Now I know what you're all thinking, but Tronald, what if we need them in a pinch? Which I would respond, yeah, sure, but only as a last-ditch effort. Remember, me using one of these things could not only backfire massively, but it could just fail. Then we would be down a scroll and no better off.
What about selling them? I'm sure they'd fetch a pretty penny.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. But that's part of the problem, isn't it? Has anyone here actually had experience in selling items so valuable? And who would even buy them? The most likely outcome is that everyone we go to wouldn't even be able to afford them. Then, if we accepted their offer, we would just be selling ourselves short massively.
What about charismatic Asmo? I'm sure he would be very interested in them. As for trying to rob us, I don't think he would be obvious about it. But then again, he is a merchant, and merchants are always just going to try benefit themselves over the customer.
Nah, I doubt our boy Charismatic Asmo would do that to us. But yeah, if we were going to try sell him off, he'd definitely be the person to speak to. Asmo Prime has God knows how many shops across Auroros, so he'd have the coin.
To be honest with you guys, even if he was interested in them and was willing to pay a lot of gold for them, I don't know how comfortable I would feel about selling these scrolls off. I mean, this magic is something that I created, in my previous life as Lord Tanavir. So the concept of just handing them out, ready for anyone to take, doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, that's fair enough, that dude. And do we really even need the coin? I mean, just look at how much we took from this vault. We're sitting pretty enough as is, I reckon.
Well, either way, they're pretty damn cool spells. So it's neat that we found them. Joe, an unrelated question, but I saw in the comments of the last video we uploaded someone suggesting something about the rifle I found. Now, would it be classed as metagaming if I took the advice of that comment? And if it was, I'm unsure how I can separate my own thoughts from what the comment said.
Yeah, I know which comment you're talking about. Look, I'm not telling you what you can and can't do, but just keep doing things as you have been doing, things that would come naturally to your character. I know you're excited about your new toy, but just take it easy there, buddy.
Hey, Tronald.
What is it, Catman?
You're not finished yet. You still need to identify that statue. If that was in the box of goodies, then my guess is that it's something sexy, too.
Oh, I know, but we were just talking about, you know what? Never mind. Joe, can I identify this last item to see if it is indeed something sexy?
Tronald, you turn your attention to the small metal statue. The statue, a simplistic representation of a humanoid figure, stands merely 30 centimeters tall, its metallic composition giving it a deceptively ordinary appearance. As you chant the incantations required for identification, your hands hovering over the statue, arcane energies swirl around the figure, revealing its true nature. The metal begins to shimmer lightly under the influence of your spell, indicating a latent magic waiting to be activated. Upon activation, this unassuming statue transforms dramatically. It grows 100-fold in size, morphing into a towering protector whose purpose is to defend the one who summoned it. This transformation is not only a physical enlargement, but also an awakening of the entity's potential as a formidable guardian.
Holy hell, that's really damn cool.
I fucking told you! I told all of you! That bastard was the one inside the lockbox that sucked me in and tried to fire a spell at me from its boobies.
How about that? So you wasn't just being overly dramatic.
I'm never overly dramatic.
We should probably start making our way back to Alexandrew's temple now anyway.
Yeah, it feels like we've been gone half a year.
I'd probably say it's been closer to 2 weeks.
Well, you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun.
Huh? No, dude, that makes 0 sense.
I don't see how it doesn't. Makes perfect sense to me.
Well, that explains more than you would care to admit.
So shall we see if Gaba is awake? I feel like we can't just run off without saying bye.
Are you okay, Tronald?
Well, kinda. It's just strange, isn't it? We've been with Gaba for what feels like forever, and if I'm being honest with you all, I'm going to miss that raggedy little man.
Yeah, I'll miss him too, brother. But he's got a horde to lead now, and us leaving doesn't mean we never have to see him again. Hell, we can see him as much as you want. Plus, we've got magic. Well, you've all got magic that can help you communicate with him, see how things are going and whatnot. So don't worry, he will never be too far away.
All right then. Joe, I want to go and try find Gaba to say our goodbyes.
Tronald, you turn away from the treasure trove of the vault and head back towards the heart of the goblin camp. The air outside feels cool against your skin, a refreshing change from the musty atmosphere of the fort's interior. As you navigate through the camp, the sounds of the previous day's festivities are replaced by the rhythmic snoring of exhausted gobos. After a brief walk of about 5 minutes, you see hundreds of goblins spread out across the clearing, each finding rest wherever they can. The ground is littered, some sprawled haphazardly, others curled up with makeshift pillows or under scraps of fabric, all of them snoring in a cacophonous symphony of post-celebration fatigue. Among this sea of bodies, you do indeed spot Gaba, seemingly tucked in between 2 random goblins.
Oh, he looks so peaceful. I almost don't want to wake him up.
Oi, Gaba! Wakey, wakey!
Gaba immediately jumps to his feet, doing a kick-up similar to Shawn Michaels. He grabs a knife from his back pocket and shouts,
"Holy shit! Ready your weapons, lads! The Germans are back!"
No, there's no Germans here, Gaba. It's just us.
Blimey, Raarh! You nearly gave me a heart attack, you did! Thought I was about to be ambushed by...
By Germans?
Yeah, by Germans. I reckon I only caught about an hour of shut-eye. Look at that sun. Barely creeping up the sky. So what's the ruckus about then, eh? What's got you stomping around? What can old Gaba do for you today?
Actually, Gaba, we just wanted to come and say bye to you. It's time we made our move and hit the open road.
Oh, you're off then? Just like that? Well, Can't say I ain't a bit gutted to hear it, but I reckon you've got your reasons.
You're going to be a great boss, Gaba. And if you ever need anything, I'm sure that in no time at all, you're going to be a powerful wizard, capable of contacting us whenever you want. And we will drop in on you from time to time, see how things are going, either in the flesh or with magic. Oh, Gaba, by the way, you'll want to make your way into the fort's vault at some point soon. There's a hell of a lot of gold and treasures in there. We took what we thought was a fair share, but left the rest for you, so you can rebuild this hoard in the image it deserves.
Oh, thanks for that, boss. You lot take care out there, yeah? It's a wild world full of twists and turns. Make sure you keep those blades sharp and wits about you. And hey, don't be strangers, eh? This rowdy bunch will miss having you around to stir up trouble. Safe travels, Tronald, and the rest of you rascals. May the winds be at your back, and may your enemies never see you coming.
All right then.
Oh, and when we're more established, got trade going and our troops trained up, if you ever need us for anything, whether it's for us to do some task for you, we will be there. Also, we will set aside a cut of our earnings for you.
That's extremely kind of you, Gaba. All right then, Joe. I think it's time we make our move. Don't worry about rousing everyone up, Gaba. It would be best if we just slip off. You can tell them when they wake up.
As all of you begin to make your way out of the goblin camp, the weight of departure settles heavily upon your shoulders. The camp, with its chaotic charm and rough edges, had become more than just a temporary shelter. It had become a home of sorts, a home that tried to kill you at every possible turn, a place of bonds forged in the heat of battle and solidified through shared struggles. Saxi, you lead the way. The familiar sights of the camp, the scattered remains of last night's revelry, the still smoldering campfires, the goblins strewn about in slumber, certainly paint a picture as you all tread quietly through the camp's makeshift pathways. Memories of fierce battles fought alongside these unlikely allies linger in your minds. The clash against Elder Rattlebone, the coup, and the fall of Snagglegut. These were not merely events in your journey, they were shared experiences that had turned comrades into friends. Friends who, despite their rough exteriors and unruly ways, you know would come to your aid without a moment's hesitation. The sound of your boots on the soft earth, the whisper of the wind through the trees accompany your silent departure. Every few steps, one of you glances back, taking in the view of the camp that is slowly receding into the distance. The silhouettes of the tents, the fluttering flags, and the familiar figures you are leaving behind grow smaller with each passing moment. After about 20 minutes of walking, you crest a hill, the final natural barrier that obscures the camp from view. As you reach the top, everyone pauses for a final look back. The camp is no longer visible, hidden now by the curve of the landscape and the trees dotting the hillside. Turning your faces forward, you step over the hill's peak and descend back into the wilderness that lies ahead. The path before you is uncertain, yet it stretches out invitingly, a promise of new adventures and stories waiting to be written.
Wow. Well, I can't believe that side quest is done.
I mean, the side quest itself had like 3 side quests in it, so yeah, it took a bit longer than expected.
But the main side quest wasn't even a side quest. It was a side quest. The real side quest started when we was trying to take down the chains of brass, diverging from our original main quest of the Obetus.
So what was Elder Rattlebone? Was that a side quest?
No, it was a side quest.
I see. And what about me?
What about you?
I mean, what kind of quest was I?
I think you were also a side quest.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Growing up, I always wanted to be someone's main quest.
Honestly, don't worry about it. We've gone so goddamn deep down the rabbit hole of side questception that I don't even fully know if we'll ever get back to the main one.
But what exactly do we need to do before we're back at the main one now?
Well, we need to go back to Alexandrew's temple, sort all that shit out, and tell them everything's going to be okay. Then I guess we need to deal with the chains of brass. If that's something you still all want to do. Then after that, I think we will be back onto the main quest.
Don't forget about Celestia. You might have lost your maiden, but mine is still within reach.
What the fuck, dude? That's far too soon. Also, your maiden? Since when was Celestia ever your fucking maiden?
I don't know. It just sounded cool when I said it.
So where does Captain Jake Eagle fit into this?
I don't think he does, dude, but who the hell knows?
Oh, that's a shame. I liked him. He was cool.
Oh my God, I can't believe I nearly forgot. What about that dirty little man, Kobe?
Oh, yeah, I mean, are you still after vengeance with him? Or has everything with the Obetus and Vizuriel got a bit too messy now?
Personally, as far as vengeance goes, I don't really care anymore. But It's not about vengeance, it's about sending a message. So yes, I would very much like to see what he has to say for himself.
Fair enough. All right then. First things first, let's just continue to make our way back to Alexandrew's temple. It's up to you guys, but we can either stop for rest at the farm and see how Sisu is doing, or just stay in Tronald's tower the whole time.
I don't think he was called Sisu, dude.
Well, does anyone remember his name? Because it would be pretty embarrassing if we rocked up to his house, and we have totally forgotten what his goddamn name is.
It was Harland.
What the hell, man? I just don't get it with you. Sometimes you show the mental capacity of a 5-year-old, then you go all genius on us. Can you confirm if that was actually his name, Joe?
Yeah, I can confirm his name is Harland.
Damn.
All right then. So let's just stop in my tower until we get to the farm. Then we can stop there, see how he's doing briefly, and let him know that the goblin threat is taken care of.
Okay then. Well, for the sake of speed, since you've already traversed these roads, we can just say that you're closing in on the farm. Is there anything you would like to do prior to your arrival there?
Have you just forgotten the farm's name? Is that why you stumbled on it?
Dude, lay off me, will you? It's in my notes somewhere, but I'd have thought you would have wanted me to crack on with the story rather than take 5 minutes to find a goddamn farm's name.
It's called Clearbrook Farm, Joe.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Well, I want to make a quick call to charismatic Asmo, see how he's doing. I'd be interested to know if Lady Alara has been back in since our last conversation with him.
Oh! Tell him I've got a pet frog!
Dude, why the fuck did you need to scream that?
I don't know. Thought it was important.
You did the right thing, Raarh. One should always scream if they think something is important.
I'm not sure that's true, but whatever.
All right, Joe. I want to call up Asmo and say, hey there, my charismatic beauty. Has Lady Alara been back in since we last called? Also, Raarh has a pet frog now.
A few moments pass before you hear a voice inside of your head, Tronald.
Oh, hey there, my sexy little wizard. Oh, yeah, she came back in, accidentally told her she was hot. Nice. Is it greener than him?
Raarh, can you hold Pepe up to your face, please? I need to check something.
Sure thing. Joe, I activate the ring. Hey, Pepe, I'm just going to get you out of your slumber and hold you to my face. Don't be alarmed at the sudden shift in brightness.
Oh, hey, Raarh. Yeah, that's not a problem. Just, oh, shit, my eyes. But it's okay. I forgive you, buddy. So, what is it you're wanting to check? You're not planning to toss me into any games or ponds today, are you? Because let me tell you, my tossing days should come with a bit more warning.
Oh, no, I don't think we will be throwing you anywhere. But let me double check. Tronald, what are we checking?
Charismatic Asmo wants to know whether Pepe is greener than you or not.
Ah, right. Yeah, we're not throwing you anywhere today, Pepe. It's just our friend, Charismatic Asmo, wants to know whether I'm greener than you.
Oh, I see. Well, let me know what he thinks. I'd be interested to know that myself. It's not every day someone questions whether a big tough guy like you might outgreen a frog like me. Makes you wonder, huh?
It does indeed, Pepe. It does indeed. So, Tronald, what's your verdict?
I don't know. You're both green, that's for certain, but you're different types of green. I'm not sure whether I can say for certain if one of you is greener than the other. What do you think, guys? I need your input.
Well, Pepe is more of a waxy green, whilst Raarh is more of a bog of touch me, and you'll be infected green.
Well, I've never been very good at telling my shades of green apart, so I honestly don't know.
Well, I've never been very interested whether Raarh is greener than a frog or not, so I honestly don't care.
What do you think, Nepthet?
I look into thee both and see green without a doubt. But if I were pressed to choose the greenest, it would be thee, Raarh. Thy vigor and spirit outshine even the verdant hue of yonder frog. Thou art a beacon of emerald might, standing bold against the lesser greens of the world.
Thanks for your knowledge of colors, Mr. Nepthet.
Why are you talking to your sword again? I mean, it's never actually responded to you. Do you just hope to gain some insight from it or something?
Well, whatever he's doing, it's starting to creep me the fuck out.
Yeah, that's it. Insight. Anyway, the sword says that I'm greener, so we will just have to take his word for it.
I don't know. I feel like Asmo would want some solid proof rather than the word of an inanimate object. I've got an idea. Joe, I activate the necklace of plant speak. If we're going to try find out who the greenest of them all is, then we should just ask another green thing, right?
I can't argue with that logic.
All right, Joe. I'm going to walk over to this bush and ask it, hey, Mr. Shrub, who do you think is greener? My friend over here or the frog?
The bush, rustling slightly as if gathering its thoughts, responds with a leafy murmur that the magical necklace translates into,
Ah, eh bien, c'est en effet une excellente question. sur mes feuilles et mes branches. J'ai observé bien des nuances. Pourtant, à mon avis, la grenouille possède un vert éclatant, riche et profond, semblable aux mousses qui ornent mes racines. Ton ami, gros et audacieux, porte un vert d'une teinte différente, plus sourd mais fort. Mais si on me demande une réponse, je dois déclarer que la grenouille est la plus verte des deux.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's wrong, Tronald? Did it not give you the answer that you want?
No, it's a goddamn French bush. Either that or this bloody necklace's default language is French, and I don't have the slightest idea of how to access the language settings.
What a predicament. Why don't you just try another bush?
No more bushes. They're all probably French. Joe, I want to approach a daisy on the floor and ask it the same question.
All right, Tronald. Spotting a bright, cheerful daisy nestled comfortably among a patch of green grass, you crouch down beside it.
Hey, you're not French, are you?
What's French? My name is Daisy.
Oh, brilliant. Now we're making progress. Hey there, little daisy. Who do you think is greener? My friend over here, or the frog?
What a fun game. Let's see. Well, the froggy is super duper green. He's like the grass, so green. And your friend, oh, he's like a tree, right? Big and strong, but not as greeny green tee-hee. So I guess Mr. Froggy wins the green contest.
Thank you, Daisy.
What was the result, Tronald?
I'm sorry to tell you this, Raarh, but it seems like Pepe is indeed greener than you.
What? I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
Don't worry about it, man. It's only the opinion of one.
That Daisy's a fucking liar. Joe, I raise my great sword into the air and charge towards the fucking Daisy, taking a swing at it. Reckless great weapon master.
Oh my god.
Why is he attacking a poor innocent little daisy?
The better question is, why is he using reckless and great weapon master? Bit overkill.
The daisy seems to almost blow in the wind in sheer panic.
Wait. Oh, please don't chop me up. I'm just a sweet, innocent daisy. Maybe I can be greener. Do you want me to try being greener? I can try. Oh gosh, please, big scary warrior. Spare me.
Are you going to do anything, Tronald? You only have a split second before Raarh arrives?
Well, why would I do anything? It's a goddamn daisy.
I thought better of you, Tronald. You disappoint me.
Oh my god. Fine. Joe, I pluck the daisy and lift it behind me. Raarh, down boy, down. Don't attack the daisy.
Fine, but I'm really not fucking happy.
Oh, thank you, mystical man. You protected me from the angry green one. It's a shame I'm gonna start dying now. Slowly, over the next few hours, because you've plucked me. Do you think you could try to nuzzle me back into the ground? Maybe I'll survive. Maybe I won't. I'm sad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this.
It's at this point you hear a voice in the background, Tronald.
Assassin, tueur de fleurs, comment oses-tu commettre un tel acte barbare sous mes branches? Pauvre petite Marguerite. Tronald, tu es un monstre.
Joe, I shoved the daisy back into the ground and turned the necklace off.
Wow, that was all kinds of fucked up.
I call charismatic Asmo back. Apparently the frog is indeed greener than Raarh.
Oh, neat.
All right then, guys. That's where we will call it today. We can kick off next time with you all arriving at Clearbrook Farm.